What is up? Sixth man back. We are here, week 2 of the 2021-22 NBA season. We are losing more and more participants as the weeks go on. It might just be 2 of us. Lancashire Lamb's not on the call, but who have we got? We've got the 2 most controversial people of all time. Is Salt Bray and House Lasku. They're here together. Again, of course they shrug because the first stage is always denial. Isn't that right,
Ed? Are you saying we're like the Russell Westbrook of the it's like Russell Westbrook OKC Thunder? Like soon enough, it's going to be one of us doing monologues.
I'm not saying that because Ed, I don't think you're the MVP.
No, you're right because I'm KD. You'll be here by yourself.
KD
got him.
Got him. Hairline.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that on my chat. I'll take that. That's fine.
All right, so what do we do for people who haven't joined us? Apart from shithousery, we each ask a question to the group of the burning NBA questions from this week. Yes, the season's still young, but there's still stuff that needs to be talked about and discussed. So we're going to go to House Lasku first for the first section of week 2.
So I had a realization after looking. So as Alex said, we pick our teams for each division, and I had a realization looking at my teams like, damn, I made some bad picks. I'll tell you why later. But my question is, do you have any regrets of any of your draft picks so far? So just to give everyone an idea, our teams are, Alex, you have got the Sixers, Bucks, Hornets, Thunder, Suns, and Spurs. Bray, you've got the Raptors, Bulls, Wizards, Jazz, Lakers, Grizzlies. And I've got Celtics, Pacers, Magic, Blazers, Kings, and Mavs. Anyone want to kick us off? Alex, yeah?
Oh, I want Bray to go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? Well, I don't really have any, regrets at this point because my worst teams currently are the Raptors and Lakers, who are currently 2 and 3. Obviously it's got to be between those two, I guess. The Raptors, I ended up being locked into. I was a little bit worried because they are by far the worst team, are going to be the worst team, I think. It's just a case of how close can they get to 500, really. They're a really frisky defensive team. And I like what I see, but also there are going to be nights where they literally don't even crack 80, 90 points. They would really going to struggle to score. And they might get to a point in the season where they just go, there's no promise. There's no point in keeping anyone. Let's literally gar ourselves. I'm a little bit worried about that. On the flip side, the Lakers obviously are drama central, but that's par for the course. So I think they're going to be fine. I'm going to say the Raptors are the one I regret the most. I would be much more comfortable with the Knicks right now.
To be fair for the Raptors, they're still missing arguably their best scorer or their best player in their team who's still out injured. And I mean, their number 4 pick is looking quite good. Scotty Barnes is looking all right. As for the Lakers, the whole Russell Westbrook thing, I mean, this happened to him when he started in Washington last year as well. He was dreadful to start the season. So again, maybe I'm a bit more optimistic because I got Russ Westbrook in fantasy, but yeah, it wasn't. I managed to catch a little bit of one of the Lakers games, the ending, because I stayed up for a Magic game, fell asleep halfway through, and then woke up and the Lakers were on. So far, okay, cool, why not? Gosh, Westbrook loves to sag off on defense. It's so hard just watching him leave wide open shooters. No, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? But yeah. Alex, any word on those, or do you want to go straight to yours?
I just want to say that I was obviously so triggered by this question. I actually misunderstood the question. I thought you were talking about, out of the teams that I had, the draft picks that they made messed up. So okay.
What were you triggered by? Was it? Do you think I was aiming for Ben Simmons there?
I was thinking Ed must be trying to get me because we had the 28th pick, and there wasn't much promise. I mean, that guy's in the G League now. Jaden Springs is in the G League. But out of my teams, I would say yes, I am a bit worried. The Thunder and the Spurs, we know what they are. They're going to be teams that are going to be tanking this season. So the 2 teams that I really need to do well are the Sixers and the Phoenix Suns. And the Sixers' last game was against the Knicks, where we got absolutely blown out. Embiid is apparently he's been injured. after the first game, and he couldn't walk for 2 days. That's what I heard. And then on the Suns, they lost on a buzzer beater to the Kings and Harry B. And the Suns are 2-2. It's too early to be worried, but those are the games where last year, I mean, Philly have been on a 15-game win streak against the Knicks, and Suns at home to the Kings, expect them to win. I know these games happen, every so often, but you can't help but feel.
To correct you, Alex, the Suns are 1-3.
1-3.
Mm-hmm. They've only got one win this season.
I was watching. Go on, Alex.
I was just going to say, so I need them to win, and the fact that last year was a shortened season, and Wildy made a really good point, is that the Bucks, they had Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton play in the Olympics as well. Yeah. So you've got the potential of being injured as well as a shortened season and not really having a break. Also, Devin Booker did that.
Yeah.
So that's a big worry for me.
Wasn't there like, I know this was like pre, but I'm not sure if it happened then. Wasn't there that thing where they all flew together to the Olympics? Imagine Devin Booker being on a flight with them to be like, you fucking dickheads, the both of you. But anyway, I was watching last week's clips back, and I was seeing myself go. I was watching the bit when I was going in about the Suns, like, are we sure they're going to be good again this year? And I was like, thought to myself, I'm such a pagan, because remember all the times I won all my shoot your shots talking about how good the Suns are, how well they did, how much of a great GM James Jones is. I realized like, shit, I'm an actual pagan. Like, I realized that later, but no, I do hear you. Like, maybe it is that sort of, as I said, like, they just came back from the finals. They're like, oh, we're going to do it again. But it's just the regular season, just such a grind. 80 games to get back to where you really want to be. And what was the other team you mentioned? Philly. Yeah. The more I was looking at Philly, the more I was like, gosh, it is tough. It's going to be tough. What happens if Embiid's injured? What is your starting lineup when Embiid's injured? It does not look good.
Probably play Drummond. But like you said, we need Embiid. Embiid needs to play for us to stay afloat. But that's how it is right now. So that's why he's playing through the pain. And that's why he had such a bad game against the Knicks. I think he had something like 6 rebounds, 5 turnovers. He shot 0 of 9 in the first half. So, and the Knicks, man, they're rolling. Right, I love the Garden being buzzing right now. I can't hate against
that. What I realized after I picked my 6 teams was 5 of them. It's their first time coaching these teams. It's their maiden campaign with these teams. 5 of them. And guess the one guy who's been in the team for longer than a year. Luke fucking Walton on Sacramento.
No.
Everyone else is it's coaching their first time for these specific teams. You've got Kidd, you've got I keep on forgetting the guy on the Celtics who's it's his first job. Jamal Mosier, the Magic, first job. You've got you got Rick Carlisle, but again, it's first time in Indiana. Who's the other one? Portland. You got Chauncey Billups, first job, and then I've got Walton. I know it sounds like shit.
Do you remember me last year on the fire Luke Walton? Luke Walton's a terrible coach.
Yeah, I do remember that quite vividly, because I was like, is it still Luke Walton? I thought it was someone else. I thought he got sacked. I was hoping it was David Yeager, but he has been around a little while. But so yeah, I'm not too confident with some of my teams. Dallas has been a bit shit. I'm not sure what's happening with Porzingis. He's getting a lot more touches where you don't really want him to be getting touches. The offense isn't that good. Do you see Jason Kidd playing 15 men, doing a 50-man rotation? Luka hasn't been playing as many matches as most other stars. Portland are just so boom and bust. I don't know what to do with them.
Guys, this is overreaction central. It is so early in the season.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
The Kings are 1 Harrison Barnes shot from being 1-3 as opposed to 500 at 2-2. So it's like honestly, we can't draw too much yet, I don't think. But I do think, as the other guys aren't here, we should kind of rag on their selections a bit, especially because, unfortunately, Matt has got, I think, the only winless team left in the league, in the Detroit Pistons, which is a struggle.
Self-explanatory, though. We did expect that.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a huge surprise.
yeah.
Bray,
And then
sorry, go on. I'll let you finish.
oh no, I was going to move on to George next, unless you got anything more to say on the Detroit.
I was thinking, why is Bray so intent on looking at the leaderboard? I'm like, oh my gosh, Bray, you're top. I don't think I've seen this before. You're not just above 500. You're smashing it. You're 7 games above 500.
I mean, this is what happens until the Bulls play their next 12 games and like lose more than they win, which I think is what's going to happen. But
You've got 2 of the 3 undefeated teams left. You've got Utah and Chicago both killing it. None of your teams. Oh, okay. I was saying 2 of your teams are below 500, but both of them are the ones we spoke about that are doing quite well. As you're saying for George, where's George?
Yeah,
He's got. I think he's all right. He's above 500. He's doing okay.
yeah, he's doing okay. The Clippers obviously at 1 and 3. The Rockets we knew were going to be bad.
He's better than us, Ed. Let's just say that.
I am far and beyond the worst one so far, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not like only one of my teams are above 500, but it's fine.
I mean, again, we are very, very early, very, very early.
But anyway,
5% of the way through.
I love it. We still got that. How much? 5%? Love it. That is a little week 2 overreaction shit picks we made. And yeah, we're on to the next topic for this week. See y'all.
Yeah.